Hey traders, it's Rod with POW Group, and today is Thursday, September 10th, and woo! Thought it was going to be a while before I beat my best trading day record, but today was the day. So I got two drinks here from Hexo, a Molo, and House of Terpenes. So cheers. So before we jump into to today's video, I do want to just recommend that you watch my video from earlier today on the lunch update. If you tuned in today at lunch, you would have seen that I basically saw this coming from the get-go. I actually just sold my shorts. We held 332.88. We broke it by 3 pennies, but that's good enough for me. And in today's video, we're just going to discuss how investors fleed for safety. I'll go over some trade reviews. And there was an article saying that Trump had downplayed the virus and knew it was deadly, and now he's being grilled for it. There's just been a slew of bad news in terms of COVID and economic news and China decoupling. So we're starting to see the bubble burst, and I'll potentially re-enter a short here. We just changed the 1 minute trend here on SPY, as you can see. So let's dive into it, guys. And before we do that, actually, if you can like the video, show me some support and consider subscribing. Yeah, you could have joined us. I had a few people in the community who joined me on an SPXS trade yesterday, and we entered around the 570 level and just cast out around $6. So I'll go over those trades in just a second. Actually, I'll bring them up here right now for you folks. And I know a lot of people tend to shy away. I just did a straight screenshot directly from my TFSA, and yeah, nothing to hide for you guys. If you watch the video from yesterday's market recap, you would see that I bought FNGD at 1038. I bought SQQQ at 24. I bought SPXS at 555. Today I actually bought. I sold SPXS in the middle of the day at 569.5 and then rebought it for 568. I was just looking for to reload cheaper and to remain protected. And once I saw that we weren't getting over the EMAs. I'll bring up the chart in a second and I'll show you, but I was confident re-entering short. So I did make about $0.015 there, and small half a day maker. And then I re-entered I sold SPXS at 596. So I entered yesterday at 555. A couple people followed me. I think they entered around 560, 570 level, but I got it at 555, sold at 596. SQQQ, I bought at 24, sold at 26.28, and FNGD 11.14 from my entry at 1038. So there you go. Even got the quantity there. I'm not hiding anything from you folks. I know a lot of people blow smoke and mirrors and tend to wave cash around, but that's a direct screenshot from my account. So enjoy. So first on the list, I want to show SPY. Actually, we'll start with QQQ because I mentioned it in my video yesterday. I didn't think that QQQ was going to fill the gap just because of the weakness that we've had. I knew that it was overextended, and actually it did fill the gap here, 281.50. So we did fill the gap, and then that's when, and I even said yesterday in my video that I expected SPY to fill the gap on the way up, which it did. That's where we topped out. We actually quadruple topped at that level and pulled back, and then we filled the gap from today. So, and without extended hours on, you can see here we filled the gap. We filled the gap. It's exactly what I called for, and we held the level on SPY. So 332.88 was the level to hold. That's why I exited my short when that level held. That's why I just exited. And I'm going to wrap up. I did the stream a little bit earlier today because I want to save the last 5-10 minutes to recontemplate what I want to do if I want to get back into some other trades. And yeah, so I did want to do this video a little earlier, and you can see here that's why I exited. Also, the dollar gave me some clues, which I'll get into in just a second, but I did mention QQQ. So next on the list, we had Apple. Apple was giving us a daily bear flag as well. So there was daily bear flags. Check out my video from lunch today. I expected that there'd be some selling pressure. So if Apple does confirm this bear flag. That would put us down here to the gap fill down at 96.30. And as you can see, the flagpole for the bear flag would match that gap fill as well. So could end up all too perfect, right? A lot of people probably have a stop. You can see here prior resistance at 99. So a lot of people use just under $100 as a stop level. It's a nice round psychological number. So what I could see happening is testing the $100 level, and then we flush, trigger a bunch of stop losses, and then we bounce hard from there. That's what I'll be looking to see on Apple. Next, we had Tesla. So Tesla, I wanted to just mention something very brief. We had a 5-minute bearish RSI divergence to start the day. It kind of broke out there, and it was more of a fake out than anything. Then we formed a head and shoulders, and actually my friend who entered this stock bought it at 425, 400. I said to him today at around 400, I said, when did you buy in? And he said 400, 425. I said, well, now you might want to consider, here's your chance to sell, right? You're going to maybe take a hit, but here's your chance. And that's exactly what happened. Anyways, long story short, he's saving me today. And if people didn't know any better, you'd think I had a crystal ball with the call outs that I've been making. So again, subscribe to the channel, consider joining our community. This is all we do all day. I do private streams. I do private analysis for members. And yeah, I just can't sit on YouTube all day, right? Because I have members to attend to, and unfortunately there's only one of me. So Tesla had that 5-minute bearish RSI divergence. So that gave us that wasn't enough to go off of, but once we confirmed the head and shoulders, that's when I shorted this like a madman. But we had also very, very low volume on SPY and QQQ. You can see here we're still bouncing on SPY, so that's good. But you can see here to start the day, we had very, very low volume compared to the last day. And as we knew in today's trading session, the bulls needed to come out full steam ahead, and they failed to do so. So lackluster on their part. Next, taking a look at QQQ. QQQ also had low volume compared to yesterday. So all very, very clear signals that the bulls just didn't have it. We ran out of buyers. The scales tipped. A lot of people are probably saying, well, why are people so eager to buy before, but not now after the Apple and Tesla share split? It's because nothing changed fundamentally. It was expensive then, it's still expensive now. And it was a known event. They just buttered you up. Like I said, check out my market. When will the bubble pop video? I called this out about 2 weeks ago. You had multiple days of warning. So next on the list, I want to highlight that DXY is still holding the monthly inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we did break above it a couple times there, but if you use, I'd like to use the neckline. The most important is 100 because that's a nice round psychological number. And the weekly bounce is underway. So we'll see how far we can get. Maybe we hit the EMA, maybe there's no real resistance, right, up until 97. So I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this actually played out and we saw that monthly inverse head and shoulders play out to a T. Apple had a 15-minute bear flag as well. So taking a look at Apple, another reason that it gave me confidence going short, you can see here we had a 15-minute bear flag, confirmed perfectly, absolutely spot on. Couldn't have asked for a better indicator and early signal on that. Tesla, another thing I'm bouncing around a little bit here, guys. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I had the best trading day of my life today. And Tesla, we had a 5-minute head and shoulders. I already mentioned that. DXY, I did want to highlight that DXY had a 5-minute bull flag. So you can see here we had 93.25, and from yesterday, if you noticed, we basically double topped, triple topped at 93.30. So I knew 93.30 was the level to watch today. We got to 93.25. We were looking to form a couple handle, and then bulls just said, nope, let's go, and broke 93.25. Once we got over 93.30, I knew that this was going to get extreme, and we had a 5-minute bull flag here into right here. You can see 5-minute bull flag into new highs. We formed another 5-minute bull flag and higher high or higher low here is at 93.30. And I said, as long as I knew 93.30 was going to be an important level. So I said, as long as the bulls hold 93.30, I will stay in my short position. But because SPY held the low of the previous couple of days ago, that's why I exited, because I knew that we almost confirmed a daily downtrend. If we would have broke 332.88, we would have confirmed a downtrend. We broke it by 3 pennies, not enough. So we would not really consider that yet. Could still be a weekly bear bull flag. So what happens when you change the daily trend without much follow through? You zoom out and you look for a weekly bull flag, right? So that's what gave me confidence on entering and ignoring DXY. DXY, we didn't have any resistance on that until 93.66. I was a little hesitant. I knew that there was not much resistance, but again, that SPY indicator told me, and I'm gonna have to wrap up here soon because by the looks of things, I'm gonna have to reshort here pretty soon because I don't think, could it be a weekly bull flag? Yes. I don't think that the market makers are going to let people just, you know, get back in cruise control as if nothing ever happened. I think they're gonna ramp up fear and then into tomorrow. Tomorrow's a very important day. It's the end of the week. I highlighted this in the video today at lunch. But if we close tomorrow below 333, 332.61, then that's very, very bearish. You can see the MACD is very close. If we close below tomorrow at 332, I am going to short that like nobody's business, because we could be in for a whole world of downside after that. Another thing I wanted to mention about DXY, which I called out in the community, we were forming an inverse head and shoulders. So you can see here, we had a little mini inverse head and shoulders on the 1 minute. Like I said, as long as we held 93.30, I was keeping my position in short. And once we confirmed that inverse head and shoulders, it was off to the races and absolutely on fire today. So SPY, like I said, filled the gap from yesterday. We pulled back, filled the gap. Filled the gap from a few days ago. We filled that gap to the upside, and then we pulled back and filled the gap to the downside from yesterday. Taking a look at SPY, one last couple things less that I want to mention here last, but take a look at the daily. So if SPY confirms my target on SPY, if SPY confirms the daily bear flag and downtrend, we'd be targeting the last daily higher low around the 319 level. That's when I would expect this to start to bounce really, really hard. But again, we can't rule out the fact that there's still a possibility of a weekly bull flag, keeping an eye on that, and just taking it hour by hour, minute by minute, honestly. But for now, I'm going to have to call it here. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to join us for a 7-day free trial and get access to all of this information real time during the day, a lot of other communities will charge you $100 or $200 or $300 to be a part of their community. For our community, you can join for $4.99 a month. You can join us on the pursuit of wealth. Essentially what we do is we teach you how to teach yourself and teach you how to become an independent trader and work with a team of people with multiple eyes on the market. It's much easier to trade when you got multiple eyes on the market. And like I said, for $4.99 a month, how do you go wrong? We took it a step further. We gave you a 7-day free trial. There's no risk. Come check it out. You don't even need a credit card. So one last thing, consider liking the video. I'd appreciate that very much. Subscribe to the channel, tick the bell, and you'll be notified on my update tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Today was a big day in terms of the daily candle. We held that. We didn't confirm a daily downtrend. We're still in the possibility of a weekly bull flag. Tomorrow is going to be very, 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 very important. I will probably swing a swing position looking to gap down and potentially buy the dip if we do start to trend down to the 319 level. And I'll be hedging. I'll be buying. I'll be hedging that for sure. But I'll also be holding some cash going overnight. And if we do see this bounce, then I'll look to reshort it higher. So leave a comment in the comments below if you have any tickers that you want covered. I hope you have a great day. I know I did. It was one for the books, and I'm out of words. I'm just super stoked. Hopefully you guys had as great a day as I did. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the next update. Take care, and we shall talk to you very, very soon.